this is a weird question to ask, but is it cool to have a friend who's trying to pursue stand-up comedy? Because I would hope. I'm only doing this for you.
Am I cool? Am I cool to you? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Like, because it's like fun. Cool. It's fun.
Yeah, dude,
it's
you're
fun.
cool.
Like,
you're cool. Yeah, I love you, dude. You're cool. You're really cool. No.
Always be friends forever.
Hey, I don't know about you guys, but for me personally, I experience a lot of highs and lows in life. Listen, I wish I was a medium. I wish I was smack dab right in the middle, but I'm not. I have a lot of mood swings. And coming to you at Sunshine City Comedy Club on Thursday, March 13th at 8 o'clock, I, Jared Dykas, present to you Mood Swings Part 3. I promise you that this event is... Oh my God, dude. Just please come. Just please come.
Welcome to Your Only Friends, where friendship is first, but comedy is always. I'm your host, Jared Dykas. Just a reminder, we are your only friends. And today I am here with one of my, if not best friends, a producer of the show, the producer, as far as we're concerned, Mr. Jeff Tucker. Jeff, how are you doing today?
I'm good, yes. So everyone knows I run this show. This is my show.
It is his show.
You are the...
Produced by Tuck Media.
You're the little puppet. You're the little puppeteer.
The clown for the circus.
Of the show, yeah.
The freak boy.
How are you?
I'm good, dude, but I feel like I sound nasally, so I'm going to take these off.
Okay. Look at you.
I know.
You're always doing little bits. Little bits for the show.
For the show. You got to make it interesting, okay? And let me address something, all right? No, Jeff Tucker's not from the Tampa Bay comedy scene, and he's a best friend of mine.
Why are you doing this?
Because there's people that will talk to me, and they'll be like, oh, I like this episode, but...
But they're not here. It's just you and me.
Well, I'm talking to the audience.
They're not here, dude. There's our bed over there. We're in a hotel room.
I know. Okay, yeah, maybe we should, before I get angry with the audience, we should mark where we are. Where are we?
Let's just talk. Just turn your chair a little bit, look at me, and we'll have a conversation.
I'm talking to the crowd.
There's no crowd.
I'm talking to the crowd.
What are you gonna be like? What are you, Jay Leno?
Yeah.
No, dude, relax. Just take a deep breath.
Have you not seen any of our episodes, dude?
No, I've edited every one. I don't watch them.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't. I've never watched an episode. No, obviously, yeah. This is off to a hot start, huh?
We're in Snowbird, Utah.
Land of the Mormon.
It's my first time being in Utah.
This is your first time? You didn't go with... No. Mm-mm. We came here once before.
With Sydney and them?
It was me, Krebs, and Logan, I think.
Logan.
Shout out Krebs.
Shout out Logan.
Shout out Logan, of course, obviously. Krebs is defending the nation.
Absolutely. So your name is Jeff Lee Tucker.
Jeffrey Lee Tucker.
Oh, it is Jeffrey
Jr.
Jeffrey
Lee Tucker Jr.
And
my social security number is...
We met at Towson University. It was your senior year. It was my freshman year.
No, it was my junior year.
Was it?
It was my junior year, and it was your freshman year.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because I had another year after all that bullshit went down.
So you were a grade below Shaq.
But technically, him and I graduated from high school at the same time, 2011. But I went to community college. I fucked around. Like, I had no idea what I wanted to do. And so it ended up when I finally got to Towson, I had at that point was like, I'm just gonna like do business.
Yeah,
and then I had to
business.
restart from like zero. So I had to do a whole like 2 extra semesters, which was like a full year.
To get did you wind up getting a video degree?
No, business management.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
When did what's it called? That car rental place?
Enterprise rental car.
Yeah, can we talk about that?
Yeah. I worked at Enterprise rental car.
That seems like one of the craziest, because I was in a management trainee program for selling door-to-door Verizon.
Yeah.
But to think of a management trainee program for a rental car service, I would think like just arbitrarily like, oh, I'd rather do that than door-to-door sales. But like from what I hear about it, it sounded like it kind of sucked.
It sucked. It was the worst. It was, I've worked a lot of jobs, and that was probably one of the worst jobs I worked, Enterprise, because, and this was like, I don't remember when, but there was no compensation for sales. So like you're upselling people for like the office, not for like Jeff is going to get an extra $10 off of this deal. And it would go to the office, and then that would be paid out to the manager in his bonus. And then it would be like divided somehow between like points for you, and the higher points you got, the better you like progress in the company. It was bullshit.
But that's the whole point of the management trainee program. That's what they sell you, is like you're just starting off and one day you'll be a manager like this dude making overrides off of you.
Exactly. But there's only one manager. I mean, there might have been one or assistant manager or whatever, but it's like, and then
Was it a pyramid scheme?
no, it's just you have to so I worked in the city too. I worked
Of
in
Baltimore.
Fells Point, office. And so and I lived down there. I was living in Greektown. And I would go like down the street to work there, but you had to be there at 7 a.m. every day to open up. And then you get off at 5. It was like the most, like I
5
worked
days a week?
sometimes on Sundays.
That would suck.
I don't remember actually. It definitely Saturdays, but I think they close early, and maybe not Sunday.
So how many days a week? Like
Maybe 5 or 6.
Wow.
Yeah. It was rough, man. That was really tough. And like you weren't getting, there's no like sales bonus, so you're not like getting compensated. Like it wasn't like a fun like, oh, I'm like gonna like sell these people. They call it like a full boat. You get the damage, the insurance, some other scam, and then like prepaid fuel and like XM radio, and it's like a full boat package, and people would be so
like, yo,
excited.
Jeff just full boated this motherfucker.
Hey, everyone in the office would be like, yeah! Like, and it's just like, dude, this sucks. Like, and really, honestly, what your main day is consisting of is people coming in that want to rent a car because either A, they got in a car accident, or B, like they just need a car, and they don't have like the proper like card and payment method to do it. Like they come in with like a debit card, and like that won't.
What?
You need
Why
a credit
not?
card.
Oh.
At least you did then. Like this was again like, a while ago. So
Wow.
and it was just the worst fucking people.
I guess you're
in the
right.
city.
Like it would have to be a credit card.
Yeah, and just people screaming at like you in this little desk, and you're just dressed in this suit, and you're just like, I'm just giving out like cars, like it's nothing that important.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah, man, that sucked. That really sucked. And I did kitchen like my whole life before then, so I really wanted to be like a restaurateur, own restaurants, manage them, like shit like that.
That was at that golf course, no?
Well, that's where I got started with that. Like I was at the country club, and I worked in the kitchen, and then progressed to like the manager of the snack bar. Dude, was I fucking living
How old
big.
were you think?
I was probably like a freshman or junior in college.
Oh, that's cool.
Right out
That's
of
a good
like,
job to have as a freshman or junior.
Yeah, like managing a bunch of like high school kids.
Whatever.
Like just could come in whenever, as long as like they opened up.
And then
Eat all day,
drink. Probably.
grab a little beer.
Yeah. You play golf still now or no?
I haven't played in a while.
Yeah.
Last time I
got clubs
played,
for Christmas.
I think it was with you. I think it was when we played, like, wasn't it in the summer? It was
Where
like
was it at?
at it was Allie's baby shower.
That was the last time we played. That was not last summer.
It wasn't the baby shower. It was the
It was
wedding.
a wedding. That's what I'm saying. It was a wedding.
That was
shower.
20. Wow, that was 2021. Yeah.
2021.
Yeah, that's when we got married.
I felt like at most 2 years ago.
Right. Wow.
And now it's 2025.
4 years ago. Almost 5, yeah. Wow, yeah. No, that was probably the last time I played golf.
That's
I
crazy.
think. No, maybe I played another time, but that was the last time I had fun playing golf.
Yeah.
Because I feel like when I play golf, I get too frustrated and I'm playing with people better than me and I want to play their level and I'm not, and I'm like bothering them. And then I'm bothering the people behind me because they're waiting.
That is very anxious.
I
the whole
hate-
people behind you and in front of you thing.
I
gets
hate
me.
that. And dude, the guys on the golf course go wild.
Yeah.
Have you been seeing these dudes? Like
Yeah.
that, like they're old men fighting.
Oh, what do you mean?
They're just like going nuts on the golf course because like dudes are like hitting their ball too close to them. Or they're like riding their ass. It's
My
like,
friend Bill and Tripp were telling me about they almost got in a fight at Mangrove in St. Pete because Tripp was just launching from the driving, like, and just like hitting almost near them. But it was like respectful shots. Like, oh my God, like I can't believe he hit that. So you can't be that mad.
I like going to a golf course that's like a golf course that's kind of out of the way. That's like the only people that are playing there are people that like live in that surrounding area, and it's not a very big area. And it's like you go on like a Monday, and there's like 10 people playing max, and you just have all the time in the world.
Do you think you and Allie will do? Your wife will do another trip to Anna Maria Island soon?
Actually, thinking about that this summer. Yeah.
Really? So that'll be fun because then
Yeah.
we could do one of these in St. Pete, but then also there's tons of golf courses.
Yeah. Yeah.
Down
Maybe.
there. That'd be fun. But to get back to your career, I think it's interesting that year that we met in college, so you had those little career moments and the Renner Prize, whatever it's called.
Enterprise.
And then we meet John Newman, Shaq, Brenton, everyone, from the real estate club.
Yeah.
And then, that was my actual first taste at real estate. Before that,
Me
I was
too.
into pyramid schemes. I was I was into cold calling. I worked at a call center. But that was like our both, taste. And why were you interested in real estate?
I wasn't really. I just had met people that I felt like
We're cool.
Because
it wasn't about real estate if you think back about it.
But no one had like ever introduced me to real estate in a way that like they were doing it, and I was like, oh, this is interesting.
Yeah.
But it's funny because even still, like, I really still don't give a fuck about real estate.
No.
And I'm probably the closest to real estate, like, than like I'm more close to real estate than anything, but I don't like it.
Well, it's because I think and many people in the real estate industry feel this way, and like Bill, who got out of the industry, right, was a great agent, but at some point you just get burnt out from like the industry. It's just like, it's daunting, it's disgusting, it's a tough thing to be in all the time, and it never stops. Like even, it never stops.
Yeah, it's like it's good if you're the right person for it, and I'm not. The right
I do
person.
love it.
Yeah,
As an
you're the
agent,
right person for it in that way. But then there's also like the people that like are here that we're working this event with that do it in their own way too. And there's still a lot of like residential,
Investing
commercial,
route
and then the investing side. Yeah.
Definitely.
But it's like even that it's weird because it's like my whole life since then I've like wanted to do that, but like every time I like start the process of it, like of the investing side of it, something else comes my way that's way more exciting to me, and I just go with that. And it's usually more focused on like what I'm really good at in the world of like marketing, media shit.
Yes. I think, I was talking about this with a friend, like sometimes, and I don't know this because I'm not there financially yet, but like investing in things that are proprietary to only you can really invest into them, and it makes sense for you to invest in, rather than like sometimes like the stock market, everyone can buy Twitter stock or X stock, right? But something unique to media, that you're really good at and already have a business for, like that might make more sense for you to invest in. Who knows? I'm not David Ramsey.
Yeah. Well, we have a coin available. It's called Your Only Friends Coin.
That would be cool.
No, it's not, dude. It's not cool. Can you explain that to me? Because to me, the coin world right now seems like you're either ripping everybody off or you're going to lose all your money.
To be honest, I don't know the tokenomics
Okay.
behind that.
So
Now,
when it
we were
comes to-
talking about NFTs.
Yeah, when it comes to Web3, they call you Jared Web3.
And think big.
I just don't get it. Like that, what's that chick? The Hawk Tua girl Haley Welsh.
She has a coin?
Did you didn't hear about what happened with her?
No. Oh, it dumped or something, right?
She like did a rug pull.
Yeah,
what they
that's
call
cool.
it.
Good.
And
That's good.
yeah,
More people need to lose their money
true.
on purpose.
Yeah.
And I think that's good.
But it's also not it's not her fault. It's the people that like set it up.
of course, dude. She didn't know.
She's just a face. She's just Snoop Dogg. Like it's just
She's
like
a sound.
a what?
A sound. The Hawk Tua. You know. It's just
Did you-
it's a vibe.
Did you hear what she felt? She went to sleep and hasn't woke up yet.
Stop. What? That's not funny. What are you talking about?
They were on like a Twitter space, and she.
This is like now.
This was like a couple weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
And she was like, they were like explaining the whole thing, and people were pissed, and they're like trying to figure out what was going on, and then in the like middle of it, she just like chimes like, hey guys, I gotta go to bed, so have a good night, goodbye, and then just went dead silent on all social, like just completely silent everywhere, and everyone was like, has she woken up yet?
For now.
I think like she
She's up now.
posted something, but like she just hasn't posted
we
much.
Bro.
She's fucking out, dude. I don't know. I mean,
Who cares?
I mean, she lost people a lot of money. Like,
Good. If you invested in the Hawk Tua coin,
You deserve it. You deserve it.
more than
Yeah.
you lost.
Yeah.
If you deserve to get your bank account hacked.
Yeah, that's a good
and
lesson.
Your social should be posted on a billboard on I-95 if you invested in the Hawk
just
Tua
names like they did with the
It's like,
January 6th people.
it should be like
I'll be your only friend.
a monument of people who invested in the Hawk Tua coin
Oh my
and display their names for people in public to see in Nashville.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if you're that dumb, you should be
No, I'm
taking
kidding.
advantage
Because
of it.
I've invested in NFTs that were like,
Yeah.
the founder of the NFT one time had a picture of him going around the internet with him like with a boner. It just like and ETH started pumping. Nothing even made sense, right? The founder of ETH, the guy who created Ethereum.
Yeah.
Just like randomly was spotted on
His
a hike.
dick? Like his dick?
No, he was randomly spotted on a hike. And then he like someone took a picture like with him and he's just like level 10 Giat, full like no glaze, like loaded. And
know
so
what that means.
people like a hard on. He had a hard on.
Level 10 Giat?
No glaze.
Okay.
But we'll skim past that.
Okay, good.
Anyway, someone took like that photo and then like made it like an art and then like made it an NFT.
Mm-hmm.
And I invested in that. And it did really well.
Did you sell it?
Yeah, of course.
So,
The whole point of NFTs is sell them.
yeah. I'm going to turn this
I'm
air
kidding.
off real quick.
It's freezing.
Well, so like with the NFT, so the
I don't want to talk about NFTs too much for legal purposes.
for legal purposes, why are you currently being investigated for some?
Yes. No.
What is it? Just overview.
NFTs
NFT.
are
No.
not-
I know what it is.
But they might not, and that's
Fuck
what I'm
'em.
talking to.
Right now, what's the NFT world market, things like that going? Because
I don't know.
2-3 years ago, it was
do not
like
know.
big. So right now, it's just
I tried to delete that part of my life.
yeah. I relate it to gambling. It's
Yeah.
it's like because like I relate it the same way I would like DraftKings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another thing I'll try to stay far away from.
Yeah.
I can't get on DraftKings, but anyway, I love the lights here. If only you guys could see like the tens of people behind them, you know, like the production. You know, people always talk about the podcast and how great it looks and
Well, you had a great studio.
but I wanted to say thank you because of all the commercials and the
Yeah.
editing and just the production. And then you put everything on Spotify,
Yeah.
Apple, and most importantly, Amazon Music.
Amazon Music. Yeah.
Amazon Music is thriving.
Yeah. If I could have gotten anywhere else, I would have. But
That's
it's just
cool, man.
Google Play doesn't exist
What
anymore.
episode? Yeah, it does it not?
So
Why am I still getting charged for it then?
No,
Every
they
month.
used to. It used to be a Google Play like as an
Podcast.
audio podcast. Now it's just they just go to YouTube. But yeah,
What's your favorite platform nowadays?
probably YouTube.
Really?
For
Do
sure.
you have YouTube free or whatever? Or like
I
the
have
paid
premium.
version? You don't.
I'm
Is it
curious.
worth it?
I'm curious to see what my watch hours on YouTube is on my phone. What's it called? It's like your
Screen time?
yeah. Yeah. That YouTube's definitely, I would say, the most consumed thing that I can, you know. So like last week, my daily average, is that daily average or it's weekly average?
Yeah, weekly probably.
So weekly average last week was 12 hours.
Wow. Could you imagine if that was daily?
That's what I was like concerned. I was like, oh shit, is that daily? But because I do have premium and I listen to all my podcasts mainly on YouTube.
What podcast do you listen to right now?
Barstool's The Yak. That's my favorite show. They do such a good job. It's a live show every single Monday through Friday. And it's like 7 or 8 people. And they just fuck around. They just
That's
it's
cool.
basically take like the like dude's version of The View. That's their show. It's so good.
And it's produced by Barstool.
Yeah. And then yeah, there's like other Barstool content that I watch too, but
You're a big Barstool fan, man.
big fan. Yeah, I have been since like since I had a great night with some people at one of their phone parties, Barstool Blackout, back in the
Wow.
day. Yeah.
Oh, I remember you told me about
Yeah,
that.
so much fun. That introduced. I didn't know what Barstool was, and then it was like there's blackout parties. And then I realized they had a website.
Remember I'm Schmacked?
Yeah, that was around that same time. Yeah, I was at West Virginia for their I'm Schmacked.
No.
Yeah, one of their big videos
I went to West Virginia one time and one time
for St.
only.
Patrick's Day.
Did I?
No, I did for it was St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That was probably nuts.
Yeah,
I
I-
went there for Halloween. That was pretty crazy.
So there's a great there. So that's the story. Like we had friends that were in a fraternity, and we went to their fraternity house, and 1,000 people. I don't know, 500 people were there. It was massive, and it was just like a huge party. Mm-hmm. It ends up getting broken up by the police. I think there was just way too many people. It was
Yeah.
like kind of chaos. During that process, I went into the house and was like hanging out with some friends in there, and then I just got bored with them, so I just started walking around the house, and there was just people everywhere. And then I like made my way downstairs, and I was like talking to some guys, and they were asking me like who I am and like what and I was like, oh yeah, I'm in the fraternity, and they're like, oh really? I'm like, yeah, at University of Maryland though. I go to
was that
Maryland.
true?
No, I don't even think it exists there. And they and they're like, I'm telling them like this whole story, and they're like, no way, oh you're from Maryland, like, and they're like bringing the guys over, and we're like talking about it, and then the dude like goes to give me like a secret. He does a secret handshake with me, and he goes, what are you doing? I was like, bro, we don't do that gay shit. Like, I don't do that. And he was like, what? And I was like, yeah, fuck that, dude. So I was like, we don't do that in Maryland. And he was like, oh, okay, whatever. Bro, a couple, like an hour or two passes by, and I'm in a different area, and some dude is talking about how, like, yeah, I think there's like a spy here from another fraternity or something.
Oh my God.
And like I heard them talking about it, and they're like, yeah, he's from like a different school, and he's not like a part of. We got to figure out who this is.
No.
I overheard that. I finished my beer, and got the fuck out of there. I was like,
my
dude, I don't want to mess with these fucking coked up West
You're
Virginian
like an inside agent.
frat boys. Like,
Yeah.
But it's just funny that they thought I was like a spy
Bro.
for their stupid little fraternity.
Dweeb fest.
I do regret not like joining a fraternity. It seemed like a lot of fun.
Shaq loved his
You
fraternity.
you had an interesting like connection to the fraternity, where like you were an outsider but friends with everybody, and you would hang out with them, right?
Yeah, they were also off campus, I think, the year that I was there.
They're the
so
bad boys.
They were the bad boys, so I got really close with the bad boys at
Yeah.
the school.
That makes sense. That's like
But
your
Evan,
MO.
I mean, that's how I met
The
Evan
outsiders, kind of.
Wilder, who I would love to have Evan Wilder on the show.
Oh, yeah,
I
that'd be
texted
great.
him actually the other week and was like, dude, I know with the wedding and stuff you're mad busy probably, but whenever you're in Tampa, I would love to have you on.
Yeah, and I love that Evan uses his DJ photo. The photo I took of him for his real estate photo, which is
Oh
like him in
my
a nice
God,
suit,
yeah,
and it's like
that
a
shot.
classic real estate shot. But he
Yeah.
uses it for like his DJ
Yeah,
promotions.
dude. He's crushing real estate right now.
Yeah.
He's the DJ here, but he also sells houses in Baltimore. Hit up Evan Wilder if you need him.
Yeah. Does he go by that as his
That's his
real estate name
Instagram,
too.
so I just call people by their Instagram.
Yeah, man.
That's what I do. I call people by their Instagram. But we're in Utah. We're here at a really cool event. We went to Tahoe. What was that? I was wearing a shirt. That was in 23. So that was like...
Yeah.
Was it in 24?
23, 24 was Vermont.
Okay, so I missed Vermont. I went to Tahoe. Compared to this to Tahoe, I haven't seen much of Utah besides the hotel. And I went outside earlier this morning and I looked up at the mountain in amazement. But, like, it's the same vibes, right, as Tahoe?
All of these like the ski resort towns are all pretty much the same.
But they're beautiful.
They're beautiful, but like they're greatly overpriced. You're just kind of locked into like one area, and to get out, you have to drive to like the town of wherever there's like more stuff. But there are some that have like the town in walking distance, like Breckenridge. Like they do a really good job.
That's where I want to go, like a ski town.
Well, this is that.
But
it's like you're
so far away.
You're basically like at a resort, and then all that's here is like the bars and restaurants that are here, and then the chairlifts to go up the mountain.
Yeah, I'm just saying I would like more of a public town.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah.
where's it? I heard a great city, Telluride.
Telluride, that's a vehicle.
Yeah, it is.
Telluride.
It is a vehicle.
A Telluride is
It's a Subaru.
Yeah.
But I think it's also a
It
place
might
in
be a place.
Colorado. I've seen it.
don't
Yeah,
know.
I've seen it. I think.
Yeah, I've been. Yeah, for all of these events, I've been to like a lot in Colorado, Tahoe,
We went to Arizona in October, which was fun.
Arizona. Yeah, but
Hot.
the winter ones are very much like always feel the same. They all have like a similar like.
Coldness to it. All right, Jeff. I have some questions for you.
Oh fuck.
There was one time in particular we were hanging out with Nick Skabinski, who's the other producer of the podcast.
He runs the
in-person
Editing,
IRL
yeah.
editor at the studio,
IRL.
and you came to hang out and see us because you were like in South Jersey, and then you went to Maryland to drop off Krebs, and when you dropped them off,
Oh right.
what?
Yeah, I know. Now I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
The accident.
The
right?
accident.
Yeah.
I got a call from Allie that like you were in the hospital.
I saw you that day.
You came and just me and Nick were at his mom's house, and you brought Krebs. And
Really? I forgot that.
And you don't remember that? And like
No.
we saw you like before you guys left. Like we didn't do much. We just kind of talked
Yeah.
and like
We were just,
chilled
like, on the
outside
way, yeah.
patio. Because you guys were doing an event in like Cherry Hill area.
Yeah.
You were like passing through to go back to Maryland.
Yeah.
And then the next day I'm at my friend's house like watching his dog, and I get a call from Allie that like you almost died.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I've never almost died. And I always think about this like, and I might have asked you this like through different questions, but like, not to make a comedy podcast real serious, but like, how has almost dying shaped your perspective on life since the accident?
So I don't know, man. It's funny because I think it affects people in a different way. Like, I didn't have this immediate like change of my life that I feel like most people get when they have a near-death experience.
Really?
I didn't like wake up the next day or like a couple weeks after and be like, I'm gonna like do all of the things I wanted to do in my life. Like I didn't really like have a desire to like go in that direction, which I think a lot of people do, where they like wake up and they're like, I'm gonna be an author and like do all these things.
Yeah.
Or they do something, they go skydive, like they start to like live their life differently, which I think I did start to live my life differently. I think we were in a unique period of like, that was 2020 August. That was like COVID had just happened. We're all still like feeling the effects of it. And like, I had to rehab for, months after, like 6 months after.
Dude, seeing you that first day, bro, like, I didn't even know if you would ever be the same.
Yeah. No, I was lucky that, like, it was pretty minor.
But dude, that first day, like, you were not the same person you are now. That day I saw you and I
came to the house?
Came to your mom's house with the shirts or whatever. Like,
still some of my most worn shirts.
So, dude, that, like, really impacted me because I was like, fuck, is Jeff going to be, like, a retard? I'm kidding.
I kind of wish, honestly.
I'm kidding.
So I had to keep my leg, like, elevated like this for 30 days. I had a catheter, and yeah, man, it sucked. So, that was really rough. I mean, luckily we got to, like, I had my parents who stayed there and shit.
Madden, we were playing.
Work was, like, one of those things that, like, it still was going on, but, like, I had the, like, stability of my company that, like, I could take that time off, and, I still had, like, things happening that I had other people to work with, so I'm really, like, grateful for that. But, like, kind of back to what you were saying, like, I don't think that, like, my experience was, like, the traditional one. And again, I think it affects everybody differently. But, like, my change was, like, I want to spend more time with my family. And that was big for me. And family being, like, with Allie and, like, obviously we were talking, like, we were going to get married. And, like, I knew the kids were on the way. And, like, obviously I have a daughter now. And it's, like, having that happen, it was, like, I just want to, like, be more intentional with my time with them than, like, what I was doing, which was, like, just worried about work and just worried about, like, getting to a level of success that, like, I thought was, like, meaningful for me. So it was a big shift there. And
you probably matured a lot from it.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I don't know. I felt like the same. I mean, I still, you have, like...
But that's crazy, no? Like, you got the accident and then the marriage and then the kid and stuff. Like, when it happened, it was so legit that all of those questions of, like, not to be weird, but, like, I was thinking, like, hopefully everything's okay with him and Allie having a baby.
Yeah.
You know, and, like, now the greatness of all that, and it's, like, really, I'm grateful for it that it worked out. You know what I mean? But
yeah, the guy hit me. So for context, I dropped Krebs off. I was at a red light and I had to turn left, and I was waiting for the light to change, and as soon as it turned green, I start going and through the intersection, and a guy who was going like 75 plowed through the red light, hit my car, driver's side.
He was a drunk driver?
He was under the influence, and he was actually being, like, chased by the police, too.
Yes, which is a very important part, because if the cops weren't there to get you, isn't it kind of true that you might have, like, it would have been really bad? Yeah,
I don't know what the response time would have been, but they definitely, like... the guy was there, like, almost immediately. I mean, like, I woke up, that's the one thing that, like, was nuts. So I woke up and, like, immediately was like, because it just, I didn't feel getting hit. I didn't know what happened. I wake up and I'm in my car, and it's like that, when you get the wind knocked out of you feeling. So it's like you're trying to breathe, and it's like, and then the panic sets in of, like, what just happened, and then I realize that I just got in a car accident. And I'm just like, oh, fuck, and, like, the next thing I know is, like, I'm getting pulled out from the passenger side onto the ground, and I'm just laying on the ground, and, like, I remember, like, just being by myself, because the cop, I didn't hear what he said or whatever, and I'm sure he was, like, calling people, maybe he was checking the other vehicle, too. So I'm just laying there alone, and I'm just checking, like, my fingers, moving my toes, my legs. I'm, like, moving my neck, and I'm like, okay, I'm not paralyzed. So I go to stand up and immediately, like, try to put pressure on my leg, and I can't. And so I'm like, okay, something's wrong. And then, the ambulance comes, and I remember them being like, what's going, they're questioning me and shit. And then I remember being in the stretcher, and they're I'm telling them, like, I can't, my leg hurts, I can't feel whatever, my toes, it's, like, tingling, and I could feel the toes, but it was, like, tingling feeling. And then I'm like, oh, I feel like I have to piss. And, like, they were like, it's okay, you can piss, like, it's fine, no one's gonna, I'm like, I want to, but I can't. And it's like, it, like, hurts, it stings. And immediately they, like, recognize that as something more serious So they instead of taking me in the ambulance, they had a helicopter come. So the helicopter and at this point I'm out. Like, so I don't remember any of the helicopter ride, which sucks. But I do remember I do remember them being like you know, like after that, I'm just going, I have to piss. I'm like screaming like, I gotta piss. And like, I'm like, oh fuck. And what happened was my bladder ruptured. So I had to piss really bad before I got hit. And I was gonna go in Krebs to take a leak, but it was like 10 o'clock. I'm like, I'm only 20 minutes away from home. I just want to get home. And so and my bladder was completely full. So the impact of everything just like ruptured the bladder. So they thought that it could have been an organ issue or some sort of like, you know, something internal bleeding. So that's why they flew me out. You know, I remember like all that, and then like being on the bed, like them about to do surgery. I called Allie, my parents were there, like, you know, just like basically saying like, I'm not ready to die. Like I was like in a moment of like, I love you guys. Like, you know, I'm so scared. Like I was that was the worst part, because I didn't know it was about to happen. Like there was also setting in at that moment. Wake up in the hospital room, like everything's okay. I was drugged out. It was like I was in like good spirits because I was drugged up. I definitely remember that. But like, have you ever been in an ER setting? So they have these like, when you get out of like surgeries and stuff.
I'm afraid of the hospital, by the way. I'm terrified. So all of this, like, why I'm going like, oh, because
why are you afraid?
I'm like squeamish about health stuff. I'm weird.
Yeah.
But go on.
People are afraid of hospitals. I always wondered why.
Oh, I am definitely afraid of the hospital.
What is it?
It's just, dude, I have bad memories in them. I feel like anytime I'm in the hospital, it's like, oh.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a unique experience when I was in first grade where I was in the hospital for like a week. I had a seizure.
Oh, man.
Yeah. I had a seizure in first grade. Like, fucking fell back in my chair. And like, someone caught me, so I didn't bang my head. But I'm like, I remember like, fucking my whole left side of my body was shaking. And I had to go to the hospital, and they did tests on me and didn't really figure it out. I think it was stress induced. Like my grandfather just died. I had like some, you know, I was never good in school and shit. Is that still recording? So anyway, we'll get back to the hospital thing. What were we saying? We were like,
you were talking about how you were calling.
Oh, in the ER. The ER. That's a weird experience because you don't like immediately go into a room where you're on your own. You end up in like, basically they create rooms out of like just curtains, so you can hear everyone coming in. Like I heard a dude come in like who like was shot. Like another guy was like screaming at the like nurses to give him morphine, like yelling at him and shit. Like people were going nuts, and I remember like being drugged up. Like, what? Like are people really like this? And the nurse was like, yeah, they're pretty wild here. I'm like, what an asshole! I'm like, they're trying to help you. I'm like, they're trying to help. And the dude was like, shut the fuck up! Like he was freaking out. So I was like, oh, whatever, bro. I won't get into too much detail on the bladder part. That was the worst.
That's what they want to hear about.
They want to hear it? I don't think you want to hear it.
No, I don't want to hear the bladder.
That they were pulling blood clots out of my dick.
Blood clot.
Yeah. that was terrible. So,
terrible.
But yeah, everything was fine. It got, you know, stitched up. I remember that like after I was like, you know, I was upset and everything, but I was like, I just gotta like get through it because I know it was fine. Like, and all the doctors were like, you're gonna be good. Like, this is like really good news and like this and that. So it was like, okay, we're good. My favorite line that I had was like, as soon as I was able to walk like on it with a crutch or whatever, I start doing it and I like walk a little bit and I look up at Allie, she's recording me. I'm like, Day one back to the NFL starts today. and yeah, it was like, you know, PT and all that stuff, you know, the whole thing, like the bladder thing sucked, couldn't shit for like a 2 weeks. It was just like, they barely gave me anything good, like drug wise. So it was kind of fighting it on my own. But I got heavily medicated by marijuana. Shout out to medical marijuana in Maryland. That was big help. But yeah, man, and just like after that, you know, it was definitely like, you do feel like really blessed.
It shapes your life in a way.
Around the people around me really like I, just really care for you and all that stuff, and it was nice. But yeah, it was a wild experience for sure.
Yeah.
I still have people like ask me like that
It
I
is
don't
crazy,
see often,
man.
like, how are you doing? You're all good? I'm like, I'm good, man.
Yeah.
But I still have like pain in the leg, and I deal with daily, but it's minor compared to what it could be.
Absolutely. Let's switch into comedy. Another question I wanted to ask you. Me and you have we've gone to the Mothership one time to see Joe Rogan back-to-back nights. And we'll get out of here in a second. No, it's okay.
I just making sure.
It's all good. But this is the last question I had for you, so we can get out of here with this. We've gone to see the Joe Rogan back-to-back at the Mothership.
Yep.
We've seen Louis C.K. when I was in college.
Yeah,
in
that
the
was
arena.
fun. So that's when I remember going to Nick's the first time was when we saw Louis, because we all went to Nick's, and I think we stayed there after. So I definitely remember that. Now it's coming back to me that we were there that one time just to hang out. But
Isn't that weird that
Yeah.
happened right before the accident?
and then remember going to Louis? It was like we had to drive like an hour into like just the
Yeah.
middle of nowhere town.
But dude,
in an arena.
everyone showed up.
It was like it was like a hockey arena.
Yeah, it
And do you know who the headline or the opener was?
Who?
It was Michelle Wolf.
I do remember that.
Yeah, which is crazy because like I remember she was so funny, and I'm like I've never heard of her, and then like
Wow.
she blew up like right after that. So
But we've had like quite the comedic fandom, me and you,
Yeah.
for years. And then like about like a year and a half ago, I started doing stand up.
Yeah.
And, like you were able to see me in Arizona try it at the Barstool mic.
yeah, that was fun.
How is it? Like
How's
you-
what?
Like I know it's
Your
I don't
stand-up?
know. No. Is it cool like to have? This is a weird question to ask, but is it cool to have a friend who's trying to pursue stand up comedy? Because I would hope. I'm only doing this for you.
Am I cool? Am I cool to you? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Like, because it's like fun. It's fun.
Yeah, dude,
It's
you're
fun.
cool.
Like,
You're
we were.
cool. I love you, dude. You're cool. You're really cool. No.
I guess I didn't mean it like that.
I know what you mean.
I'm
yes,
like,
I will. Yes, it's. But if you think about it, since like day one, comedy
That's
has
kinda
been a
what I
big
mean.
part of our relationship.
And also like knowing
Yeah.
what you know about my speaking history.
Yeah. I think comedy's been a big part of our relationship, and I will say like, so that's what I was saying earlier. Is like I'm like, and then now I do feel like a dad. That's like I'm proud of you, son. Like I really am. Like, dude, everything you're doing, I feel like you're in like everything you're doing is probably like in alignment with what like is making you the most happy, and it's awesome to see.
Thank you,
and the
man.
comedy aspect of it is like so fitting for you. That I feel like it's just like such an easy like this is like what you've been meant to do.
Oh, thank you. man.
I definitely think that like the comedy world is, obviously it's so and comedians are probably like the most successful ones will probably even say it's like their entrepreneurship and business inside and comedy is like almost they go hand in hand. Like you're like a comedian's like has to grind for 10 years until they really fucking make something of themselves.
Yeah.
It's the same way in business. It's like the
Absolutely.
same exact like trajectory. And then you're like so entrepreneurial because you're doing shit for free. You're doing things like that episode with Kenny where he's like, it's the dumbest thing, the dumbest hobby that you have, and it's costing you money.
Yeah.
It's so true. And it's
Yeah.
like, but you're doing it because you enjoy doing it, and you know there's like potential for something. It's the same thing with like being a videographer and like doing gigs and things like that suck.
How many times have you worked for free in the beginning?
A million. Like that's how I started. Like that's why we're here.
Yes.
Is because the person that I was connected with to this group, I just did things for them for free or at a 75 to 90% discount of what the other people were doing.
Yeah.
Because I just wanted, and they knew that, but they saw something that was like, he's good at what he does, he's a hard worker, and let's give it a shot. And I'm grateful for that. But like, that's kind of like always like in my mind, but it's the same thing I think in comedy too, is where you're just like doing those things for free, at least when I as an observer of it from what I've seen. It's so, that's why I think I like align with really like following comedians and liking them is because they're almost like they're the same thing as an entrepreneur. They're just really entertaining to listen to.
Yeah, and you have a great sound for comedy in terms of like, I can think back to like the first time that I've heard of some people that are like some of my favorite comedians now. You or Nick like have showed me those people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So or early on.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome to see like people's success, and it's like I think too what the parallels of like the comedy world from like the Rogans who have like created the culture of like bringing people up around you. Like I've tried to apply that to like my world of like my little media world, because like there were definitely times where I resented people because of the like they were better, they were getting better gigs, they were where I wanted to be, and like I was like friendly with them, but like I like resented them. But like I found that like to adopt that like that same sort of mindset of like, man, just root for those people and like cheer them on, and like, you know, without any intentions, like, and it ends up at like being a great relationship, and
Absolutely.
ends up like that person might be like, you never know, they may be feeling the same way of like, wow, I respect everything that you've been doing, and you just don't realize it until like you're actually like, you know, you kind of let go of that shit. And I think like that's a big lesson in not just like comedy and business, but in life too, of like, just like you can't really like compare yourself to where someone else is at. And having that like same mindset of like, okay, like this person's crushing it, like I'm just rooting for them, and I'm just gonna keep doing that because I really enjoy them. And there's obviously people that are like, this dude's shit, you know, or like they're and it's like hard because it's like, oh, I like the person, but it's like you're just not like, this isn't for you, and you can tell. And so it's just like, you know, kind of guiding them into like, maybe you should try this instead, you know, because everyone I feel like has like a little thing. I was talking to somebody the other day, and this is kind of changing it up, but like the don't you wish that like we were handed like something at an early age that was like, you're perfect for this specific thing, and like your whole identity and everything that you do like is perfect for this thing?
Yeah, but that'd be so hard, don't you think?
No, because what if it was like go super out there of like, this probably won't happen, but like imagine you were able to like, you know, get analyzed by someone and they say your perfect role and job and things that you want to do is being a janitor, and it's like, fuck, what the fuck? And then it's like, I don't want to be a janitor, but then like, what if that person does it, they realize that like they're task oriented by like working on their own, they enjoy cleaning up things, getting things organized, making things look nice, and then staying in a routine that's like consistent to where they like work on their own, and they don't have someone breathing down their neck constantly, and they're like, you know, they can do their own thing and have their own tasks. Like imagine if someone like was able to just provide you something like that, and it could be like your perfect CEO, and like great, and it's like, you know exactly where you want to be.
It's like an Ancestry.com thing, or a DNA test, or like a food allergy thing for like 14 to 15-year-olds.
It doesn't matter the age. I'm just like, and I'm saying like in a future, like
that would be cool.
And like it would be great to just have that, because I do feel like some people just try things and it's like you don't really end up getting to where you want to be until like later. And then it's like you finally, okay, you're here, and like,
but
fuck, I wish I started this earlier.
that's the way things need to happen.
You're right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like think about enterprise. Like let's wrap it up. How the things in enterprise and the food business and the initial started of media to then running a media business, like how that all kind of bleeds into each other, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they're all like things that happen for a reason too. Do you believe in fate?
I don't know. I have a tough time specifically with fate.
What do you mean?
Like some things, like I'm like I have faith, but with fate, I don't know.
Like, do you believe that like your life has predetermined outcome?
I don't think so.
No, you think it's just chaos?
Chaos. Yeah.
It's just happening. Everything's happening for everything's like happening in a moment.
I don't know. I try not to think about that stuff as of recently.
Yeah.
It's too much for me. Seriously.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I could see how it would be. Yeah, for sure.
But no. Yeah. I mean, fate specifically, I would like to think that there's no such thing as fate, and that we can will what we want into this world. I would like to think, but you know, That's like a fear of mine, is that fate is a real thing.
Yeah. I could see how that could be fearful, but I could also see how it could be comforting
Yeah,
too.
comforting maybe.
You know?
Like I'm anointed somehow. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Like everything you're doing is for like a purpose, and like it's just that purpose will get you to like the end result of where you need to be.
Yeah, but I'm open to like not even knowing that purpose until I'm like 45.
Why 45?
Like I'm just saying, like I kind of like, to go back on the whole like this is what you are thing. I kind of like the journey of like I might run for president.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, or something like that. And then, you know, stand up wasn't the thing that I would have been stamped.
Yeah.
Or real estate or
Yeah,
whatever, right? So I kind of like the journey in it all, and I like that if something was to happen to me where, like, let's say I got a girlfriend and I'm married and then a kid, I'd probably want different things right now too. Mm-hmm. Whereas, like, right now I'm more open to stuff, if that makes sense. So, but this is why I try not to think about these things, because now I'm sad.
What are you sad about?
I'm just sad.
I think that, yeah, everyone has their own beliefs with fate, but I feel both sides of, like, I think things are just happening. I think the choices you make determine the different, like, paths of fate. That makes sense.
Okay.
I think that, like, there are things and results that we will get to, but I feel like those choices change the result. Like,
Absolutely.
and that's just like, that's our world, is just choosing these paths and shit like that. But that's just like who knows?
Black Mirror episode.
Yeah. Speaking of, have you been watching Severance?
Dude, who just... Oh my God, I was with Kenny this weekend and they were talking about it.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I heard it was.
Brilliant. Yeah, Adam Scott's fucking unbelievable in it.
Yeah, I need to. That's on Apple TV, huh?
Yeah, the first season.
I can't even think of the last series I watched, dude. I'm so freaking productive right now.
Well, I don't watch anything from football season beginning to end. I don't watch any shows or shit.
What about them Eagles, dude? What about them Eagles? Go to the Super Bowl, dude.
Congrats, dude. Congrats. Seriously.
Thank you.
Seriously.
I've worked so hard this year.
I know you have.
As an Eagles fan.
I know you have. And all Eagles fans have. I can hear it in their blood and their screams and their drunk fucking obnoxious.
Philly's getting torn up. Did you see the videos?
No, I haven't been on Twitter.
Oh my God. Philly is the Broad Street is... People are going nuts, dude. I saw, like, you know how, like, the thing was, like, about climbing the poles?
Yeah.
They're not even doing that, dude.
They're
They're
just
just like, climbing other structures.
They're just taking
now.
the skyscrapers.
Other structures,
yeah.
they're climbing. I saw someone in, like, one of those PSAT cars. It's, like, a parking, I think, car. Mm-hmm. And, like, some girl was, like, in a Saquon Barkley jersey just twerking.
Just jumping,
on top of the... and people were like, nuts, dude.
I think...
I saw, real quick, a video of Xfinity Live when Saquon scored that first touchdown, like a reaction. People were, like, chucking beers at the ceilings and shit, dude. It was nuts.
Yeah, I think
I would love
it's
to
good
be
for
there.
Philly for sure. I was really... I'm still in mourning. Like, I'll
course.
show you this sick shirt that Allie got me that I was so prepared to wear. It's just like...
It would have been so fun.
But it's my mourning shirt, too. Lamar.
That's fresh.
Yeah. But, yeah, man. I was really hoping for an Eagles-Ravens
That
Super
would have been
Bowl.
awesome. Are you kidding me? That would have been the best thing. That would have been awesome.
Yeah, or Commanders-Ravens.
And so now it's going to be the Chiefs and the Eagles, and I don't really like that at all.
No, I don't
For the
think anybody
Chiefs.
does. Anyone likes
Like,
that.
even as an Eagles fan, I'm like,
Yeah.
like, like, I don't know.
But yeah, like the
I'm excited.
beginning of football season to the end of football season, I don't watch anything because it's just all college and NFL, and that's the only sport I watch. I don't watch fucking NBA. I don't watch golf. I don't watch anything else. I can't do anything else. Maybe some bowling every now and then.
No, you haven't watched NBA? You don't like NBA?
No, I hate it.
Oh, man,
I hate
I
the
love
NBA.
NBA.
I hate the NBA. I know the exact time. I shouldn't say the exact time. The timing of the NBA when I enjoyed it the most. It was, I think, when LeBron went from from Miami to Cleveland was around the time I stopped.
Uh-huh.
And I felt like that era before there was
Like when he went back to Cleveland?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I felt like, and that was still like good, but then and then obviously went to LA, but like I think that was I watched NBA a lot back then, and I felt like there was more of the team was important but it slowly has transitioned to the player is more important than the team.
Yeah.
And that to me, I don't really like.
don't like it as
I don't
much.
like that the player is more important than the team. And I feel like that's like.
There's only 5 people out there.
Well, watch
so
the
we're-
regular season too. I mean, most of the teams are just playing at 75%.
true.
The teams that end up playing 95% the entire season, they burn out in the playoffs.
Yeah.
That because they're like, holy shit, we've been playing 95% the whole
the
time. They've only
Sixers.
been playing half. Exactly. So it's like I don't know. I just can't really like get it, and it's too long. I like that small stretch, but yeah, man, I just find that football is way more entertaining for me. But now we're in movie and TV season.
Well, I will watch. What's it called? Severance.
Severance, yeah. Season 1's out, and then they just came out with season 2. But yeah, dude, there's a lot to learn from those shows.
There are, and there's a lot to learn from this show.
Yep.
So if you enjoyed watching, please hit the subscribe button. This was episode 10 of Your Only Friends. Thank you so much for watching. Leave us a comment, like, subscribe. Have a great, wonderful day, and we'll talk to you soon.
Bonus part of the episode. Over the past 10 episodes, what have you learned most about yourself?
Oh, that's a great question. I've learned that I really do have a really good group of like people around me. And that like quite honestly, there's like so many people. I wish I could do an interview a day. There's so many people I want to sit down and talk to. I would have so many of my friends on this show. I learned that like the people I have around me are really awesome. The people that watch the show that might not have been on it yet are really awesome. You know, I'm just like surrounded with a good network in St. Pete specifically, which is a new city to me. Like I've been less than 2 years there. So yeah, I'm just really grateful, brother.
Yeah, all of the guests you had on have been extremely entertaining. So I definitely am excited for more. There's
Thank
gonna
you,
be-
brother.
Yeah. All
Thank
right.
you.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.